Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, October 21st, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 688 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Asleep in his car, police woke him and created a reason to kill him, sleeping while black. Matt Gaetz' fundraising craters as he finally shuns spotlight. Twitter users took just 2 hours to get into Truth Social and create dummy accounts for Donald Trump and Mike Pence, exposing the beta site's vulnerabilities. Harvard law professor explains why Donald Trump's January 6 lawsuit is truly laughable. Sheriff to announce would kill California family on hike. Dodgers on brink after another pitching plan goes awry. Laundry family lawyer says probability is strong that the apparent human remains found are Brian's. Trump announces launch of media company, social media site. One of the world's deadliest snakes found in shipping container sent from India. Biden serves up word salad, appearing to say he rode Amtrak as vice president for 36 years. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. If you don't know where your onions came from, throw them away to prevent salmonella, CDC says, CNN. Former U.S. President Donald Trump launches Truth social media platform, Reuters. European market slump after China's Evergrande falls 14%, Yahoo Tech. Strong probability that the suspected remains found in a Florida park are Brian Laundrie's, family attorney says, CNN. NFL trade rumors, Eagles had recent discussions with Texans about Deshaun Watson, Bleeding Green Nation. MLB Playoffs 2021, how a word with no English equivalent helped Astros get one win from World Series, ESPN. Level 5 atmospheric river to unleash flooding across drought-stricken California, CNN. Biden sees American credibility on the line as he races to lock down climate action ahead of Glasgow, CNN. COVID-19 and pregnancy, women regret not getting the vaccine, KSL.com. Tucker Carlson makes totally untrue statement about vaccines, citing science, HuffPost. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. FBI, cache, shredded paper seen at home of couple accused of selling nuclear secrets. Seriously injured act, extreme contestant mocks death from hospital bed. How to help someone experiencing depression for the first time. 5 incredible Halloween cocktails you can make at home. Andy Cohen gives Meghan McCain a stark reminder of her past comments about tell-alls. Trump's new free speech platform already has an awkward flaw. Harvard law professor explains why Trump's January 6 lawsuit is truly laughable. Stephen Colbert bestows Steve Bannon with a horrifying description you'll never forget. GOP Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene's transphobic taunt slammed on Twitter. Trevor Noah baffled by brave cops and firefighters' refusal to get COVID-19 vaccine. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Challenges of caring for a loved one with dementia. Push to teach Asian American history. Jury finds former nurse guilty of capital murder. Officer helps crack 19-year-old cold case. AG argues 2 members should be disqualified. Teacher pleads guilty to sextortion scheme. Video shows women kidnapping toddler. Woman says her block was in the dark after lights were taken out. Driver who rescued young boy to be recognized. Man creates program for inmates. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Business updates, WeWork stock to begin trading Thursday. Once faltering, India's vaccine campaign gives its billionth dose. New York City helicopter noise complaints tripled during last year. As Chinese women seek to crack male professions, schools stand in the way. Vinyl is selling so well that it's getting hard to sell vinyl. Democrats' campaign to control drug prices nears collapse. Amazon workers on Staten Island aim for union vote. It should not have happened, asylum officers detail migrants' accounts of abuse. Ashley M. Jones is named Poet Laureate in Alabama. On the Supreme Court, religion and a scheduled execution. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Vassell, Walker lead balance Spurs past Magic, 123-97. Cam Atkinson scores 2 goals, Flyers beat Bruins 6-3. Pompeo in Libya, China's COVID cover-up and its terrible costs demand accountability, U.S. must step up. Meghan McCain warns of oppressive climate of judgment in exclusive excerpt of new memoir Bad Republican. Texas Democrat calls for migrant humanitarian centers, with limited CBP, ICE oversight. Brian Laundrie's backpack, notebook found in Florida park near human remains, FBI says. Nevada's Sisolak believed at fault for weekend car crash, report says. Larry Kudlow, economic message on supply chain is vintage Jimmy Carter. Lindsey Graham warns of possible nuclear arms race with China if hypersonic launch is true, report. From Neil Cavuto to John King to Colin Powell, the personalizing of the vaccine debate. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, October 21st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Are you morbidly curious? Take the quiz that asks if you'd attend an execution. Schoolboy, 14, charged with the murder of 5-year-old Logan Wongi, from Bridgend. Hilarious moment, group of parents prank their children to believe they're being chased by Bigfoot. Robot artist is freed from Egyptian customs after 10 days in jail. Nightclub spiking, Devon and Cornwall police launch probe alleged needle incident. Real Wolf of Wall Street Jordan Belfort launches OnlyFans page. Suddenly it's child carers who are in short supply, how the nanny wars got nasty. Human remains discovered in the search for Brian Laundrie. Stephen Glover, an eco-revolution in soaring taxes, how I pine for a Tory government. Tear-jerking reunion as boy, 8, finds his army father hiding in the trunk of car, video. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Putin and Xi look set to disengage as world leaders meet on climate. Poland's democratic backsliding divides the EU as the bloc mulls blocking billions in budget funds. Prosecutors to challenge Hotel Rwanda hero's 25-year prison sentence. Year after Nigeria's deadly protests, police still accused. Japan and South Korea never did full lockdowns. It left lessons on how to coexist with the virus. Strong winds cause damage, disruptions in Western Europe. Korea prepares test of first domestically made space rocket. Climate change is turning the cradle of civilization into a grave. Belgium braces for another surge in COVID-19 cases. Scarred by mass shooting, Britain to check social media, medical records of gun license applicants. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live, Bulgaria records highest cases since April, India administers billionth jab. A fifth of Indonesia's palm oil sites lie in protected forests, says Greenpeace. Chile far-right candidate rides anti-migrant wave in presidential poll. The Miami Dolphins look doomed to languish in NFL's lower middle class. China Evergrande shares fall sharply after $2.6 billion asset sale collapses. The harsh truths of partition in Ireland cannot be avoided in the name of reconciliation. Brian Hanley. Port City, London on the river, in pictures. Farmers don't have to contribute to the environmental crisis, we can solve it. Giotti Fernandez. British leavers and remainers as polarized as ever, survey finds. No more time to waste, Chair of House Climate Panel warns ahead of COP26. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Chicago Police Union takes fight against vaccine mandate to court. Ex-surgeon confesses he took wife's body out of the airplane over the ocean. Watch, creative barbers turn heads into art. Watch, boy tries to take Pope's cap. Watch, protesters in Guatemala demand wartime pay. At least 3 dead in apparent gas explosion in North China. FDA authorizes boosters for Moderna and J&J vaccines. North Korea says its sub-launched missile didn't target U.S. Cargo backlog creates traffic headaches on sea and land. Reports, health problems tied to global warming on the rise. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Barbados elects first ever president ahead of becoming republic. God and robots, will AI transform religion? South Korea launches first homegrown space rocket Nuri. Cleo Smith, police offer $1 Australian M reward amid fears girl, 4, was abducted. Texas nurse guilty of killing patients by injecting them with air. Death toll passes 180 in Nepal and India floods. Squid's victory, China streaming site accused of copying Squid Game. COVID, WHO warns pandemic will drag on deep into 2022. Why separatists in Cameroon and Nigeria have united. How green politics are changing Europe. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Stakes enormous in Ben in January 6 case, says Rep. Janie Raskin, D.M.D. The snooze bus helps tired passengers fall asleep. AP Top Stories October 21st. On this day, October 21, 2010. One man, one vision, 37 years, how a solitary sculptor built America's Stonehenge. CDC Advisory Panel to review FDA's decision on Moderna, J&J booster shots, live COVID-19 updates. Bill Clinton, I'm on the road to recovery. 8 missing endangered children recovered, 18 sex offenders arrested in Louisiana, U.S. Marshals say. Tool for police reform rarely used by prosecutors. Donald Trump announces new social media platform, Truth Social, after being banned from major apps. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Nicholas Goldberg, should we cut Ridley Thomas slack because his alleged crimes were on behalf of his son? Initial treatment fails, noxious smell in Carson now expected to linger into the weekend. LA County reports 76% increase in anti-Asian hate crimes. VA says it will house homeless veterans who are camped around its West LA campus. Using new law, LA City Council bans homeless encampments at 54 spots. Laugh Factory founder Jamie Masada calls on comedians to support Dave Chappelle. Appeals court tosses order aimed at protecting immigration detainees from COVID-19. Thieves caught on camera snatching rug with giant pink M from famed Madonna Inn. After 4 homeless men shot near Bologna wetlands, suspect is charged with attempted murder. Former Baldwin Park police officer charged with assaulting teenager. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 500,000 South Korean workers walk off jobs in general strike. Workers pushing to unionize Amazon say they faced retaliation and unfair tactics. Employees say conditions worsened during pandemic as demand for online purchases rose. UK government waters down their climate action plan by deleting paper about plant-based diets and business air travel. NBA player attacks Xi Jinping on social media, wears free Tibet shoes. Quebec declares end to fossil fuel extraction in province. Climate campaigners are welcoming Quebec Premier François Legault's Tuesday announcement that his government has decided to put an end to any further fossil fuel extraction in the province. Emergency workers race to Russian nuclear power plant as reactor shut down amid reports of steam leak, radiation levels normal. New Zealand passes climate change disclosure laws for financial firms in world first. A new report from the United Nations offers a damning indictment of governments around the world, showing that more than a dozen countries plan to continue producing fossil fuels in the coming decade at a rate that could make it impossible to limit the heating of the globe to the 1.5°C threshold. Brazil's Bolsonaro accused of crimes against humanity over COVID. India achieves historic milestone of 1 billion vaccines. COP26, document leak reveals nations lobbying to change key climate report to play down the need to move rapidly away from fossil fuels. India achieves the landmark 1 billion COVID-19 vaccinations mark. Document leak reveals nations lobbying to change key climate report. Countries are asking the UN to play down the need to move rapidly away from fossil fuels. Putin keeps Russian workers home for a week as deaths soar. Droughts will hurt food production. Rising temperatures will encourage the spread of dangerous pathogens such as malaria and cholera, and current climate trends indicate a code red for future health. The new report in the Lancet Medical Journal predicts. The next headlines are from Forbes. No more hiding, Chibukamuchi previews One of Us is Lying finale. India hits 1 billion vaccine milestone, but concerns remain about second dose cap. Apple assembler Foxconn's electric vehicle plans start to take shape. Grant Williams, Romeo Langford serve as quiet positives in Boston Celtics season opener. What are the top-rated new network shows this fall? Trump plans to launch new social network Truth Social next year. Chicago Fire celebrates milestone 200th episode, saying goodbye to an original cast member. Review, Dune is an epic masterpiece in the hopeful making. Collective impact to solve food and agriculture challenges. Buffalo Bills, dramatic Week 6 loss shouldn't overshadow obvious strides. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Immunogenicity and efficacy of heterologous Chadox 1/BNT162b2 vaccination. KDM5B promotes immune evasion by recruiting SETDB1 to silence retro elements. Low glycemic diets alter lipid metabolism to influence tumor growth. Regulation of intestinal immunity and tissue repair by enteric glia. COVID vaccine makers brace for a variant worse than Delta. Pliocene decoupling of equatorial Pacific temperature and pH gradients. Carbon monoxide gas produced by a giant impact in the inner region of a young system. ecDNAs are apoptotic products with high innate immunostimulatory activity. Ethics of DNA research on human remains, 5 globally applicable guidelines. Dexterous magnetic manipulation of conductive non-magnetic objects. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,739,348,112 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Filmin picks up Malaga winner Lucas spy on the rise. Spanish director Alex Montoya exclusive. Ezequiel Montes plumbs the consequences of violence in brutal Spanish shoot-'em up. A Doug man cannot live. Roku remains at odds with Google over YouTube distribution terms, which it alleges are unfair. Rebecca Hall's passing, can winner Titane compete for Khmer Image Award? Iker Balin's Basque drama Mixable studies the long shadow of violence. Rome MIA market chief Lucia Milizato steps down to head new Cinecit Studios marketing unit. U.S., Spain-based 34T snags sci-fi rom-com Queen of Lizards from top Spanish outfit Aquawile exclusive. Veneno, Paquita Salas creators Los Javis launch new independent global production label, Suma Content exclusive. New Regency wins rights to Hull's Half Acre, buzzy non-fiction title on America's first serial killer family exclusive. Oscars predictions, Best International Feature, Denmark, Italy and Norway are the next countries to watch for official submissions. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. South Korea tests first domestically made rocket as it pursues satellite launch program. Long before Havana syndrome, U.S. reported microwaves beamed at an embassy. In Maine, a looming vaccine deadline for EMTs is stressing small-town ambulance crews. Why helping people pay rent can fight the pandemic. CDC says toss onions if you don't know where they came from to avoid salmonella. Parents of a 6-year-old girl killed at a theme park file a wrongful death lawsuit. Climate change is bad for your health, and plans to boost economies may make it worse. NFL agrees to race-based brain testing in $1 billion settlement on concussions. The Trump Organization faces a new criminal inquiry tied to a New York golf club. The FBI is still looking for a trove of nuclear sub-secrets in an espionage case. The following headlines are from The Week. Democrats' months of dithering are sandbagging Biden's popularity. Senate Republicans block Joe Manchin's voting rights bill. The French Dispatch is a film for readers. Late-night hosts have questions, suggestions for Facebook's big metaverse rebrand. Biden, Democrats exploring new tax options after Sanim reportedly blocks rate hikes on corporations, the wealthy. Retired FBI boss steps up to help community with school bus driver shortage. Trevor Noah explains why it's so weird for cops and firefighters to freak out about vaccine mandates. Texas couple weds at the train station where they met. Trump announces financial backers to launch his own social media platform in 2022. Bill Clinton says he is doing great after hospital stay. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. In keeping house, the unseen is at the forefront. The next headlines are from Universe Today. There are 610 cap 80 bits of information in the observable universe. The Large Magellanic Cloud stole one of its globular clusters. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, October 21st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Watch the Progress 79 cargo launch October 27th. Colors of Betelgeuse in a star collage. Mercury before sunrise, start watching now. Orionid meteor shower, all you need to know. The full Hunter's moon is October 20th. Hunter's moon photos, best of 2021. How high up are meteors when they begin to glow? The next news is from Politico. Britain's music industry faces slow, steady decline because of Brexit barriers. Russia's Alexei Navalny wins EU Sakharov Prize. German defense minister warns Europeans, don't detach from NATO. United Kingdom to speed up legislation to tackle harmful digital content. Weary them's not keen on another party line spending bill before the midterms. COVID reshuffle the geography of work and home. American cities will never be the same. Opinion workers are getting scammed. Biden can't do something about it. January 6th contempt fight headed for the Justice Department. Trump broke the suburbs for the GOP. The rebuilding could start in Virginia. Opinion: what if Trump's grip on the GOP isn't as strong as it seems? The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Being removed from your family is traumatic. Brisbane woman urges foster support age increase. Australian News Live, Victorian lockdown to end as state records 2,232 new local COVID-19 cases, 12 deaths. NSW records 372 new cases, 1 death. Berejiklian inquiry continues. Former coach Schwab backs Silk for board as Hawks ready for election battle. The lesser woes of Quatorzeine. Queensland's corruption watchdog should be put on a leash, inquiry hears. COVID-19 protection for Queensland schools still up in the air. 100 unvaxxed QLD police staff off work, as top cop threatens to withhold pay. Police probing interstate trail of COVID-positive Gold Coast rideshare driver. No jab, no play, handful of players to be affected by vaccination policy. BHP tries to make nickel greener as carmakers count climate cost. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Outside the box, you have been named a trustee. Here's the good news and bad news. Market snapshot: U.S. stock futures consolidate after lurching toward new record high. NerdWallet: knowing the truth about these credit score myths can help you improve your credit. NerdWallet: do you have an eye for good buys? Here's a side hustle you can do from home. Next Avenue: why I broke up with my sister and brothers. The Wall Street Journal: China Evergrande calls off deal to sell stake in property unit falls. The Moneyist: my abusive ex never contributed to our home's mortgage. Do I still owe him half the equity if his name is on the deed? Unvaccinated, your healthcare costs might be going up soon. White House mulls Plan B, with new taxes for billionaires, stock buybacks, report. MarketWatch first take: Tesla's earnings show is more cautious, and yes, boring, without Elon around. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Not the science type aimed to shatter stereotypes at Twin Cities Film Fest, ECM Publishers. Moderna says it's done all it can to support global vaccine equity. We look at the facts, Global Citizen. Sony patent lets viewers vote and pay to boot players from games, Kotaku. Snapchat takes down 2 messaging patents in agency reviews, Bloomberg Law. At Mainline Health, drive for invention to improve patient care starts with co-chief nursing officer, Yahoo Finance. Disney Imagineer inspires youth, build gadgets of the future, blackengineer.com. Patent licensing firm Talk Power Control files patent infringement suit against Apple's 3G cellular technology, intellectual property, India, Mondak News alerts. Court split on AI inventorship and patenting IAM. Ocado bucks auto stores bid to claim its robot storage IP, Law 360. Patent applicants in India, special privileges for startups and small entities, intellectual property, India, Mondak News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. India's billion COVID-19 vaccinations seem astounding, until we look at the global context. Tesla posts record quarterly earnings. Caught Norton's spiritual journey to becoming a Microsoft Excel influencer. Netflix wants you to actually play Squid Game. China is both unleashing and restricting market forces to secure its energy supplies. An uproar over a Fab India commercial highlights the challenges facing Indian brands. A deal valuing Spanx at $1.2 billion was brokered by an all-female team. The price of U.S. turkeys has nearly doubled in 2 years. Catcha. The reason Chile is one of the most overstudied countries by economists. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Trump announces his own social network, Truth Social, which says it can kick off users for any reason, and already is. Facebook AI moderation continues to suck because moderation at scale is impossible. Content moderation case studies, Snapchat disables Jiffy integration after racist sticker is discovered, 2018. Arlo makes live customer service a luxury option. Delta proudly announces its participation in the DHS's expanded biometric collection program. LinkedIn, mostly, exits China, citing escalating demands for censorship. Daily Deal, the Python, Git, and YAML bundle. British Telecom wants Netflix to pay a tax simply because Squid Game is popular. Report, client-side scanning is an insecure nightmare just waiting to be exploited by governments. MLB in talks to offer streaming for all teams' home games and market even without a cable subscription. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Suns. Truth Social. Hornets. Condoleezza Rice. Night. Bulls. Celtics. Ruby Rose. Deshaun Watson. Brian Laundrie. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Moscow to shut schools, restaurants and non-essential shops for 2 weeks as Russia again hits grim new record for COVID-19 deaths. The future of money is absolutely digital, expert tells Boombust. India to stockpile gas and coal to avoid future energy crunch. India celebrates landmark 1 billion COVID vaccinations, but millions still have yet to receive first dose. Watch, asylum seekers stuck on Poland-Belarus frontier for more than 2 months attempt to destroy border fence with rocks and logs. Iran begins air drills, featuring both manned and unmanned aircraft, as it complains about Zionist presence on borders. Russia continues to add gold to the country's huge forex reserves. Central Intelligence Corporation, Twitter's Dorsey dunks on Zuckerberg's reported rebranding plans. Letting Ukraine join NATO would be a dangerous escalation with Russia, but it would also be a disaster for Kiev and the West itself. UFC fighter who hospitalized his sisters in knife attack is given conditional release after insanity plea is approved by judge. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Lloyd Blank fine, day trader. Why Davos man is the scourge of the earth. Taliban honors families of heroic suicide bombers who attacked Americans. Rail company chides Twitter user for snitching on passenger for not wearing a mask. The cost of going green is about to get more expensive. Taliban-Russian meeting in Moscow takes place amid friendly atmosphere. The empire of lies breaks down, ugly truths the deep state wants to keep hidden. New China law will punish parents for children's bad behavior. Marine vet sues Walmart after pharmacist refused to fill his ivermectin prescription. Russia says another Putin-Biden meeting a likely possibility by year's end. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. protesters demand release and repatriation of Afia Siddiqui. Libya conference aims to boost support for landmark election. Ex-US President Donald Trump announces social media site. The Western Balkans leaving the EU dream behind. A letter to a refugee child afraid of speaking the new language. In praise and defense of Sally Rooney. African nations deploy envoys to Eswatini to help stem unrest. 6 Pakistani security personnel killed in separate attacks. Unrelinquished, why do so many domestic abusers have guns? Killings trigger fear, memory of dark past among Kashmiri Hindus. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Nick contradicts Fauci, admits funding gain-of-function research at Wuhan lab. Mayor Eric Garcetti to unvaccinated LA city workers, get vaccinated or lose your job. FDA approves Moderna, Johnson & Johnson booster shots for elderly, high-risk Americans. Colorado teachers allegedly tape masks to children's faces. Truth Social, Donald Trump launching new social media app. Biden's State Department tweet on International Pronouns Day ridiculed by GOP, an embarrassment to America. Condoleezza Rice, January 6th Capitol riot was wrong, but it's time to move on. Watch, Charles Barkley sounds off on Kyrie Irving vax refusal, you don't get the vaccine for yourself. Report, coronavirus contributed to a significant spike in child sexual exploitation. Public Interest Legal Foundation files lawsuit over illegal absentee ballots in Fairfax County in advance of VA gubernatorial election. The next headlines are from UPI News. Man shopping for birthday party supplies buys $50,000 Powerball ticket. Idaho angler sets state record with 46.7-pound grass carp. Look, Netherlands woman named world's tallest bodybuilder. Watch, emergency responders free puppy with paw stuck in bathtub drain. Venomous snake stowed away from India to England in shipping container. Watch, couple in flooded India region float to wedding in a cooking pot. Texas woman seeks Guinness record with 78-foot homecoming mom. Watch, firefighters rescue cat trapped in cinder block wall. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Diver finds 900-year-old sword wielded in the Crusades off the coast of ancient Israeli town. Look. Photo catches the moment a squirrel strikes an universe pose on their windowsill. Wading through 20-inch deep moss is like walking on a pillow of green snow. Internet sleuth solves 45-year guitar mystery returning the beloved 57 Gretsch to a rock idol. Walking storyteller continues historic 24,000-mile trek retracing passage of human ancestors out of Africa. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, October 21st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Egyptian authorities detain robotic artist for 10 days over espionage fears. Police reject 26 out of 27 complaints submitted by Hong Kong press group as not pursuable. FDA will search Reddit to learn about effects of CBD and emerging cannabinoids like Delta-8 THC. Man arrested after forcing his way into Utah woman's apartment with hatchet and wheelchair. Before America had witch trials, Europe had werewolf trials. Matthias Anderson, Affirmations influencer responds to controversy. Convicted pig slayer gets 3 years for other crimes committed while released from jail. Memories, Ivanka Trump demanded the White House squash a true story about her flashing a hot dog vendor. There's no crying in pumpkin growing, heaviest pumpkin in U.S. disqualified for fingernail size crack. Newcastle United asks fans to stop wearing traditional Arabic clothing and Middle East-inspired head coverings at matches. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. YouTube Music pisses on free users by going audio only. A community of digital nomads wants to build an internet country for digital citizens. Analysis, TikTok soars and global social media users hit 4.5 billion. Heart Hyperloop gets green cash from the European Commission. Donald Trump is launching a social network called Truth. You can now test a handful of Android apps on Windows 11. Social media's queer tax is exhausting, unfair, and unavoidable. Tesla's making beer now, and that's dangerous marketing. Bitcoin hits new all-time high of over $66K. Transfer all your data to your new iPhone 13 with this all-in-one manager. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New galaxy images reveal a fitful start to the universe. First dinosaur era crab fully preserved in amber discovered. Changing ocean currents are driving extreme winter weather. How an enriched environment fires up our synapses. Scientists enable a blind woman to see simple shapes. Termite brains can grow in anticipation of a single moment of flight and light. Quantum material to boost terahertz frequencies. Researchers make hardened wooden knives that slice through steak. Study of DNA repair boosts prospects for gene editing technology. Europeans in the Americas 1,000 years ago. The next headlines are from Information Week. Gartner, top predictions for IT organizations and users for 2022 and beyond. Facebook's teachable moment. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, October 21st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. La NASA desafía a estudiantes a decir robots para excavar en la Luna. NASA shares Webb Telescope media briefing schedule, resources. NASA challenges students to design moon-digging robots. NASA announces winners of Deep Space Food Challenge. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The Triple Team, Jazz starts season showing off their usual tricks against hapless Thunder. Utah Jazz dominate Thunder in season opening 107-86 victory at Vivint Arena. Glasses half full, Utah Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell reveals he doesn't wear needed vision correction during games. Salt Lake City firefighters quickly tackle blaze at Joseph Smith Memorial Building. Does 21-22 NBA season mark a return to normalcy? Utah Jazz say there's no such thing anymore. Utah politicians led a social media dogpile of criticism, says new claim by GOP leader accused of harassment and bullying. Calls to audit Utah's 2020 election fall flat as legislative committee takes no action. Lawmakers considering bill that would let Indigenous students wear native regalia to graduation. Teachers angered by Utah lawmakers' proposal to let parents fit social studies lessons in advance. Letter, where have the Republicans been on climate change for 45 years? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Indianapolis Motor Speedway to host autonomous car race on Saturday. Sony patent lets viewers vote and pay to boot players from games. TV prices are the highest they've been in at least 9 years. Elon Musk's Boring Company gets green light for Las Vegas tunnel system. Fossil fuel drilling plans undermine climate pledges, UN report warns. Raspberry Pi suffers first ever price increase. WHO asks South African startup to replicate Moderna's MRNA vaccine. A drone will rescue 3 dogs trapped by La Palma volcanic eruption. Investors use AI to analyze CEO's language patterns and tone. Man arrested for uncensoring Japanese porn with AI in first deepfake case. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Blues beat Vegas, 3-1, start season 3-0. Confluence Academy requests more police staff after 2 hurt, 8 arrested in fight Wednesday. Demonstrators protest vaccine requirement at Boeing. Missile suspends all fraternity activity after freshman hospitalized with suspected alcohol poisoning. Coast Guard, Army Corps work to keep crucial shipping lanes open on Mississippi despite low water. October marks 44th anniversary of deadly plane crash involving Lynyrd Skynyrd Band. Security guard still in critical condition after being run over by vehicle. New sketch of I-70 killer hopes to generate leads in Missouri cold cases. Gun found at Melville High School. St. Charles lawmaker dies of stroke, remembered as dedicated public servant. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Investigator who worked with Milite family says circumstantial case one of strongest he's seen. How arrest in Maya Milite case has brought new attention to domestic violence discussion. What are spellcasters, the dark magic myth at center of Milite arrest? NFL agrees to end race-based brain testing in $1 billion settlement. Man sentenced to prison for tricking underage girls into sending him explicit photos, videos. Rush to certify vaccination cards to cross-border creates long lines and wait times. Navy details changes, more oversight in wake of warship fire. Investigator says Maya Milite wanted to leave her marriage, not her life behind. FDA authorizes Moderna and J&J booster shots, OK's mix and match. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Su-30 jets intercept U.S. Air Force B-1B bombers over Black Sea, Russia says. Rheinmetall unveils secret new military combat vehicle. Russian military still using World War I-era tanks. Israel, South Korea sign agreement to build new deadly drones. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. She wants to reshape the economy, but are property taxes going too far? China's great pirate, Zhang Zhilong, takes on the Dutch. How China controls Xinjiang, new report sheds light on stability maintenance system. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Berkeley leaders propose new security cameras to help curb gun violence. Oakland firestorm, annual Tree of Hope lighting held in honor of 30th anniversary. Breast cancer survivor, doctor encourages screening mammograms. Storm tracker, Bay Area sees significant rain totals. Suspect arrested after waving gun at Fremont security guard, police. Thousands of Bay Area customers without power. East Bay School Districts experience substitute teacher shortage. California Natural Resources Secretary urges more conservation ahead of new storms. San Rafael Highway 101 crash causes major traffic backup. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Korea test launches first domestically made space rocket. Bryce, Appalachian State upset number 14 Coastal Carolina 30-27. Arango's hat-trick leads LAFC past Pepiless FC Dallas. Knicks withstand Browns 46, outlast Celtics 138-134 in 2 OT. Lavine able to pull Bulls out of doldrums in season opening win over Pistons. Former DuPage judge facing gun-related charges again. Former North Shore gynecologist sentenced for abusing patients. FDA OKs mixing COVID vaccines, backs Moderna, J&J boosters, but who can get them still TBD. Pays leader to retire at end of year. Illinois COVID-19 case positivity at lowest point since mid-July. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Photos, a look inside Seattle's new Climate Pledge Arena ahead of Kraken home opener. Seattle's minimum wage set to increase again in 2022. What are those advisory votes on Washington's ballot? Here's what they are, and what they mean. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 336.77 km, in Japan October 21, 2021, 8:36 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth 497.22 km, in south of Fiji Islands October 21, 2021, 8:10 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Manam in Papua New Guinea. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, October 21st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Dense fog advisory in effect until 10 a.m. Sexual assault suspect stuns detectives and admits to 2 Houston cold case murders, detectives say. 2 pedestrians dead after major crash on South Main, witnesses say. Serial burglar costs Houston used car lot owner thousands of dollars. Milby High School students protest over sexual misconduct allegations. Fifth Ward organization hoping to inform of the potential impacts of lead exposure in kids. DA confirms criminal investigation connected to Houston City Hall. Astros vs. Red Sox, Houston takes ALCS lead with 9-1 win over Boston. Maskless New York City police officers disciplined after subway video goes viral. What to know about the Belleville ISD 2021 bond election. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Activist dad of school shooting victim joins anti-gun group. Clinton, on the mend, touched by outpouring of support. Moscow tightens restrictions as infections, deaths soar. Russia's infections, deaths soar to pandemic's highest. Global shares decline after Evergrande sale deal called off. The reason behind rising number of migrant workers in Taoyuan revealed. Official, U.S. at turning point in dealing with Myanmar crisis. Same language, but different, Vietnamese student shares diverse education approaches in Taiwan and China. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Republicans hope to hold on in 2 competitive NYC council races. Summit 1 Vanderbilt now open. Highlights from the first Adams vs. Sliva mayoral debate. Newark police will stop releasing mugshots for minor offenses. Coronavirus stats, back to school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. Extra, Billy Joel doesn't sell tickets to his front row seats anymore. Unmasked cops, who shoved customer out of subway for asking why they were unmasked, face discipline. The West Village has become lawless, locals sue to keep open restaurants from becoming permanent. There's a mayoral debate tonight, here's how to watch. Early edition, move over you know who, a pig just successfully donated a kidney to a human. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. COP26, building climate resilience will require a focus on those furthest behind. Climate change, how 1.300 billion Africans cause least but suffer most. Fair tax plan could prejudice Global South. UN's top envoy warns Great Lakes region is at a crossroads. Restore sexual, reproductive health rights lost during COVID, rights expert urges. Only real equality can end vicious cycle of poverty. Rush for new profits posing threat to human rights, UN experts warn. 4 children killed on their way to school in northwest Syria. Humanitarian assistance stepped up on Yemen's west coast, amid clashes. 1.5 billion people, living with soil too salty to be fertile. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. January 6 committee votes to hold Bannon in contempt. It takes a lot of education to keep us this stupid. Cincinnati Zoo announces COVID-19 vaccination of 80 animals. Study published on the website finds no discernible relationship between vaccine status and COVID cases, says infection rate may be higher among fully vaccinated. Trafficking victim, they made me have sex with cops. Millions of Americans are getting fired for not taking a jab that's now 3% effective. The everything shortage, why is everything so expensive and out of stock? The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Does vid show Seattle first responders turning in boots after being fired over vaccines? FDA okays mixing COVID vaccines, backs Moderna, J&J boosters. Did a ghost remove a dog's collar? Why we cannot definitively say TikTok causes tics. Officials, items linked to laundry, potential remains found. No, this illegal aliens meme does not show the U.S. border. Why no ads for COVID-19 vaccines? Hint, it has nothing to do with side effects. Saudi Arabia is launching a theme park on an oil rig. NZ police answer 4-year-old's call, confirm toys are cool. Nicholas Cruz pleads guilty to 2018 Parkland school massacre. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. U.S. is sending aid to independent groups in Afghanistan, not the Taliban. Vermont misleads on Medicare drug negotiation legislation. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart dish on waking and baking and why candy corn is trash. Bannon, Trump and the insurrectionists are winning, for now. Sex and the City author Candace Bushnell doesn't care that Samantha is missing from the HBO reboot. Kristen Stewart doesn't look like Princess Diana, that's kind of the point. Why this vaccinated first responder is fighting de Blasio's new mandate. Terrence Blanchard makes black music matter, finally, at the Met Opera. Russia's COVID nightmare spirals with a viral corpse and a hospital suicide leap. The Dem failure on voting rights could do irreparable harm. Meghan McCain confronted by Andy Cohen over the critical tell-all book. The next headlines are from the New York Post. David Byrne on New American Utopia fans and if Talking Heads will reunite. Season on the rink. It angers me. 89-year-old pickpocket victim ticked crook released. Kemba Walker's Rocky Knicks debut still ends with a win. Eddie Rosario belts 2 homers to lead Braves past Dodgers. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Ask Astro can a black hole form without a parent star? How doomed matter reveals the inner secrets of black holes. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. FDA authorizes Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine boosters. What LinkedIn members are saying about returning to the office during the COVID-19 pandemic. Government set to increase fossil fuel production despite warnings. Fossil stuck in 100-million-year-old ember as oldest true crab ever discovered. World is set to extract twice as much fossil fuel as climate allows. Louisiana declares state of emergency as tropical storm Cristobal nears the Gulf Coast. SpaceX drops off 2 astronauts at the International Space Station. U.S. to launch first manned orbital mission in nearly a decade. FBI warns China is launching cyber attacks to steal coronavirus research. Air quality on Earth improves as global community moves indoors during coronavirus. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Eric Adams, Curtis Sliva trade personal and policy barbs in fiery first NYC mayoral debate. Restaurant owner raided by Sheriff Joe Arpaio gets $5 million settlement. Gates Foundation set to spend $120 million for distribution of COVID-19 bill. Human remains found in Florida in search for Brian Laundrie, missing boyfriend of slain Gabby Petito. Bill Clinton on road to recovery after 6-day hospital stay with urinary infection. Russia's Putin orders workers to stay home for a week, urges fellow citizens to get vaccinated as COVID spikes. 10-year-old black girl was arrested at Hawaii school over drawing, ACLU says. Cuomo lawyer wants independent review of sexual harassment probe, slams AG James is biased. Famous Atlanta area mixologist dies after botched robbery and toss from moving car. Climate change extinguished woolly mammoths, a warning for our time, study. The following headlines are from military.com. Walmart out, CVS in, changes coming to Tricare's pharmacy network. Does the Army Guards need more soldiers? Maybe, top general says. Navy brass doesn't plan major changes after Bonhomme Richard fire, but expects captains to ask for help. 9,000 Afghan refugees have left military bases for new homes with aid from vets groups. Mossad's new boss is a gadget-loving killing machine. Walter Reed lockdown, appointments cancelled after bomb threat. Goodbye tape test, the Army is reviewing body composition assessments, standards. Black Hawk Down pilot Durant enters Alabama Senate race. Veterans legal group to offer assistance filing burn pit-related disability claims. 7-month search for new VA healthcare leader abandoned, agency starts over. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Everybody needs access to bathrooms, Chicago doesn't provide nearly enough of them. Chicago's public bathrooms, find one near you with this searchable map. How Day of the Dead Friends pay tribute to those lost to COVID-19, people only die the day you forget them. Top cop, Chicago cop accidentally fires gun, lightly striking 2 other Chicago officers in Lyon during homicide probe, 2 arrested. Hubbard Street Dance Artistic Director Linda Denise Fisher Harrell teaches a company class. No one hit during Bishop Ford freeway shooting, fire officials say. They are somebody, family members, advocates push for parole bill that would give longtime prisoners a second chance at life. Revisions expected to Democrats' congressional map as Southside residents complain about being cut out of Rep. Marie Newman's district. Video released of man's fatal shooting by Chicago police during a domestic disturbance last month. In Senate hearing, Rahm Emanuel both defends and expresses regret over handling of Laquan McDonald shooting. I'm responsible. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Powerful storm in France cuts electricity to 250,000 homes. Over 180 people killed after heavy rains in Nepal and India. Scientists uncover a gene involved in sexual conflicts in fruit flies. How political partisanship governed in-person schooling during pandemic. African gray parrots may have better self-control than macaws. Curators squeezed out by high dino bones price tag. South Korea launches own space rocket for the first time. Fusarium wilt of cotton more aggressive and diverse than previously understood. Some of the world's oldest rubies linked to early life. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, October 21st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Bad credit mattress financing at 0% APR plus up to 5-year payment plan. Why we share stories of local ghosts. Why our inner clocks may benefit from stressed out clients. Why scary music sounds, well, scary. Best smart mattress. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Union Berlin officials attacked before game in Rotterdam. Australia, UK defend AUKUS Pay Act, say fears overhyped. La Palma, hundreds more evacuate to flee volcano lava. Clinton, on the mend, touched by outpouring of support. Bayern coach Nagelsmann tests positive for coronavirus. France up to number 3 in FIFA rankings, Belgium still number 1. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes October 21st, 2021, Judge Judy Sheindlin, don't mix emotions with financial or professional matters. Word Game, October 21st, 2021. Bridge, October 21st, 2021. Ask Amy, he was cut out of the will, and his greedy siblings won't share. Harriet Cole, I cannot let my dad run my life like this. Miss Manners, I was hurt when they left me out of the takeout order. Dear Abby, I found the ring my boyfriend bought, but I hate it. Wicker, insults, injuries push Dodgers to end a very thin rope in NLCS. Person fatally shot in East Oakland. Newsom, state will have another historic budget surplus. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Marco Rubio skewers State Department for marking International Pronouns Day. Brian Laundrie's family, probability is strong human remains are his. Donald Trump announces social media company, mobile app, merger deal. Joe Biden blasted by Republicans for rebuffing work rules, means testing on new entitlement programs. Metro to keep outside consultants as safety advisors after last week's train derailment. General David Thompson, Space Force commander, warns of China's growing threat to U.S. in space. House Republicans warn Biden spending bill will worsen supply chain woes. Kyrsten Sinema stares down Democrat over increases in corporate income taxes. UN scolds nations over fossil fuel production as world wrestles with energy crisis. 20-year terror war leaves U.S. military struggling to meet new challenges. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Defense attorneys in trial for Ahmaud Arbery's murder quiz jury pool on racism. Are the Democrats screwed? Biden faces deadline for release of more JFK assassination papers. Bolivian government says Haitian president's assassins were part of a plot to kill its own leftist leader. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 killed in Logan Square shooting, police. Man shot during attempted robbery in South Deering gas station. 2 Chicago police officers hurt after fellow officer accidentally discharges weapon in suburban Lyon. Horoscope for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Man fatally shot on Lower West Side. An original Chicago Fire star leaves the show but says he's in the city to stay. Luka Stojanovic's tenor wins it for Fire. Zach LaVine has priorities straight, leads Bulls to victory in season opener. 2 shot, including 63-year-old man, while driving in Austin. A new look at One Central, but the $6.5 billion ask for public subsidy is the same. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Dearness allowance for central government employees hiked by 3%. T20 Seal Hive, Bangladesh win toss, to bat first versus PNG. BB 15 Stone Albisht, Shamita Shetty is a bad human being. Virat is game-oriented, his team selection is great. BB Faye Murphy was conned by producer, forced to do explicit scenes. Corona letter, America's plan to vaccinate young kids. Hundreds of flights cancelled as China fights new COVID outbreak. Quick edit, celebrate the vaccine century. Summon doesn't mean Ananya Pandey is a culprit, NCB officer. How fast the GPU of Apple's most powerful chip is. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The 2018 Houston Texans are officially dead in 2021. Things to do. Get lost in Van Gogh's work with immersive experience. Things to do. Upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. Things to do. J.D. Wilkes performs at Continental Club. 4 thoughts on the Astros 9-2 win to even the ALCS 2-2. 5 things to watch from the Rockets this season. Whitney Merciless released by the Houston Texans. This week's best concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. Turkish woman breaks world record with 7 feet height, ball news. UC Track Cycling World Championships, Germany smash team sprint world record on way to gold on opening night of action, Eurosport.com. Sherpa family sets world record for notable Everest summit, the Himalayan Times. Phuket resident takes on BJJ world record attempt, the Phuket News. T20 World Cup, Pakistan's T20 is record in the last decade gives India the edge, Times of India. Meet the 19-year-old from Punjab who holds a world record for 118 knuckle push-ups in a minute, and he's never been to a gym, The Hindu. World record drop ride tops off in Orlando, Theme Park Insider. New world record for cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin soars past US $65,000, Merco Press. Entertainer Tommy Tropic to present Guinness World Records at Boyne Mountain, Petoskey News Review. Netherlands woman named world's tallest bodybuilder, UPI News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Trump's new social media site plans to raise money with shell company scheme. Onions sold in 37 states linked to salmonella outbreak in U.S. The U.S. wants to crack down on sales of commercial hacking tools for obvious reasons. The Beetlejuice sequel isn't dead, but it isn't alive either. Nia DaCosta plans to finally give Captain Marvel an identity. The era of climate sickness has arrived. A24's deeply unsettling Lamb will stream for one night only. Please, everyone, a moment of silence for these anti-vax cops who rather quit their jobs. Google's new indoor Nest Cam is a stylish upgrade with an annoying app. Dune nearly went without Oscar Isaac's lustrous, well-oiled beard. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kroonsstad in South Africa at 116.06 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Brazil's Bolsonaro accused of crimes against humanity over COVID response. Using recycled cathodes makes better lithium batteries, study finds. Trapped in amber, fossilized dinosaur crab bridges evolutionary gap. Drop signature series Isla Night hands-on, a $349, arrow-free keyboard. Attorney conflict could benefit Activision Blizzard in harassment suit. Could search engines be fostering some Dunning-Kruger? Google ships Android 12 for the Pixel 3 and up. Amazon's Android apps come to the latest Windows 11 beta. Theranos devices ran null protocol to skip actual demo for investors. Vikings were in North America by 1021 CE. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Steve Bannon is the happiest man in America because he's finally stealing the spotlight back from Trump, Michael Wolff. Trump plans video streaming service with non-woke entertainment and sumo wrestling. Trump's new social media company could quickly blow up in his face, legal expert. Trump's new social media platform will bar users from making disparaging comments about it. Trump's January 6th defense strategy is like a PhD in stupid, but he's playing for delay, legal expert. Watch, GOP lawmaker complains about being locked out of his office for refusing to show vaccination papers. Lawrence tribe demolishes Trump's laughable claim that his blockade of January 6th commission is to protect the Constitution. Trump supporters' plans to conduct audit of Utah's 2020 election go down in flames. Trump launches his own social media platform called Truth Social. New Jersey man killed his grandfather with an axe, then told cops God commanded him to do it. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. What if everything you know about murder rates and policing is wrong? Has the Department of Justice's campaign to root out Chinese spies on college campuses gone too far? Home was a nightmare, then home was prison, finally home is now a refuge. Scoop, Manchin tells associates he's considering leaving the Democratic Party and has an exit plan. Republicans are planning to hijack the next election, Dems are squandering their chance to stop them. A Parkland father speaks out on the mass shooter's guilty plea. China, coal, and COP26, can the world's top emitter shake its dirty habit? The Trump administration used its food aid program for political gain, congressional investigators find. Substack is profiting off anti-mask and anti-vaccine newsletters. Biden's pick to lead CBP just confirmed Trump's harsh border policy isn't going anywhere. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Scanning the cosmos for signs of alien technology, Physics World, physicsworld.com. Space Jam, former senator talks aliens, asteroids and Star Trek with Larry Sabato, USA Today. Cancelled in Cambridge, but now playing in Princeton, NJ News TA Pinto, tapinto.net. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. AI has far to go before solving deafness, but along the way are opportunities to reshape hearing healthcare, AI in healthcare. 4 easy ways to support your brain function, Image IE. Aptinics appoints Gilmore O'Neill, MB, MM, SC, to Board of Directors, Valdosta Daily Times. First phase trials for DMD-assisted therapy MHT, Mental Health Today. The human olfactory bulb processes odor valence representation and cues motor avoidance behavior, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Can Democrats design social programs that survive? Niskanen Center. Amazon to hire 150,000 workers for holiday season, 50% more than in 2020, screenshot. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, October 21st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs tampered with nuclear weapons managed by the Air Force. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on in, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.